Hi everyone. Now, I kind of dropped the ball and am running out of time to make fanfics. Usually I type them up and then I do a screen recording of it to show you, but I had a few things on my mind recently. I'm recording this on November 24th, and on November 22nd marked a year without my grandmother, so I was not focusing on making videos because that's what was happening. I was re-grieving the loss, if that's even a word. And I'm also working on a pretty time-consuming Christmas gift for someone. So I will eventually rewrite this and type it out and edit it, but you guys get to see the OG version. Yay! So if you watch my TikTok, I posted a video where I was like, what would you think if you had the opportunity to give these next step characters a last name? Because there's only a few that get a last name. The people who are playing themselves often get a last name. And we have Giselle and Clara Bellamy. We have Heathcliff, which I thought Heathcliff was one word when I first started watching it. No, there's a space. Heath is the first name. Cliff is the last name. And then we have West, South, North. So, which is why his friends at Seeds call him Compass. But I don't think any other characters on the show, not even the adults, get last names. So I made a video where I was like, what do you think their last names would be? And I gave an example of what I think Eldon's last name would be. That does come up in the story you're about to read. So I call it Eldon. I call this Eldon Xavier Brown. I don't know why. I feel like that name suits him. Like that last name suits him. My characters: Eldon, Amanda, Lucian, Riley, James, Miss Kate, Eldon's mom, Eldon's brother. I don't think we ever get a name for his siblings or other family members. But I'm pretty sure Eldon has 2 to 3 brothers, it sounds like, and everything. I think they mentioned it in some episodes that he has, I think, 2 to 3 brothers. I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure it's plural on the amount of brothers. I've got a tea beside me. It's very dry where I'm at. It's snowing, and that just helps with the dryness. Sarcasm. BTW. Now, the next step is filmed in Canada, where I'm from. I didn't realize that as a kid, though. But it's, I think, filmed in Toronto. I'm from Winnipeg. So, but it's still cool. All right. So, TV show TNS, written March 14th, 2024 to March 14th, 2024. From 12:50 at midnight, so I wrote it before I went to bed, slept, woke up, and then finished it at 2:40 in the afternoon. My inspiration. I thought, what if Eldon starts roasting Lucian, and then Lucian hears what he's saying? Also, in case you were unaware, the actors who play Eldon and Lucian are father-son IRL. So I thought it'd be really cool if we found out their characters have been secretly father and son this entire time, and that every time every time Lucian shows up in the next step, what we don't see is him trying to convince Eldon to switch studios because he wants Eldon at his studio. That's just a fan theory I have. Tell me what you think of it in the comments. And tell me what you think other characters' last names would be on this show if you had the opportunity to give them a last name. I'm curious what you would say. My sister says she thinks that Emily and Riley would be Smith, last name. So Emily and Riley Smith. I could see it. I can understand it. I can, yeah, they seem like that would make sense. Yeah. But anyway. Let's get on with the story now. Usually, you have to wait till the end of the story to see my inspiration. But when I write these down, I write the inspiration at the beginning of the fanfic to, one, reference it as I'm writing, and two, when I'm rereading it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what happens in this one. I want to reread this one. So hopefully you're seeing everything on screen. But I'm running out of time to make these fanfics the normal way. I will do them, edit them, and all that, but I'm short on time. So this is how you're going to enjoy the fanfic. Yay! Hopefully you can understand my writing. I struggle with spelling and printing, and for the longest time, I'm trying to get out of this habit. I would just use the version of the letter that was easier for me to draw. And so that's why you might notice that some of these words have a random capital letter in the middle of the word. Because as a kid, I found either the capital or the lowercase letter easier to draw, and got this bad habit of just doing the one that was easier to draw. Like, if the uppercase letter was easier to draw, then I would continue to use the uppercase letter. If the lowercase letter was easier to draw, I would end up using the lowercase letter version of the letter. So that is a bad habit I'm trying to get out of. But I hadn't started that goal when I wrote this. All right. Sorry, tea break. All right. So, this is the 14th story in this book. I call it Eldon Xavier Brown. You'll see why later. Eldon walks in to TNS with his friends. How long is this? Okay. I've already spent 6 minutes. This is take 2 with the intro. Sorry. Eldon walks into TNS with his friends, disappointed to find Lucian there with Amanda. Okay. All right. Eldon, annoyed, says, "Great, he's here again. Man, I mean, he calls himself a choreographer when he can't even dance." I mean, they're pretending to be each other's enemy, so he's got to keep up the act, kind of thing. Anyway, Eldon, annoyed. "Great, he's here again." I'm going to repeat this. He calls himself a choreographer when he can't even dance. James brings up, "That's kind of insulting, bro. I mean, of course, he's a villain, but that doesn't mean we have to be mean to him." Eldon, realizing, "Yeah, I get it, but have you seen him dance lately? It's pathetic." Meanwhile, with Amanda and Lucian, they were talking, and he had overheard the conversation. He's like, "That's it. Eldon Xavier Brown, get over here right now," loudly, in the dad voice. "Get over here right now." James, offended. "You told Lucian your full name, but not me? Seriously?" Eldon whispers, sorry, I'll explain later." "What if I don't come over?" Challenging, in a challenging tone. Lucian's turn. "I'll tell everyone your little secret." Eldon, giving in. Okay, I'm coming." "Are you still on camera?" Okay, yeah. By the way, if this is your first video, MMJ is staging action and time jumps. That's just my full initials. So, that's what I go under when I'm on the fanfiction channel. So, MMJ is just staging actions and time jumps. Anyway, I think it's all on camera. I think. All right. Alright. Okay. Eldon is now with Lucien and Amanda. Lucien madly, I know your parents didn't teach you to act like that. Eldon briefly, Mom sure didn't. Lucien confused, what's that supposed to mean? Eldon brings up CERN, just that my dad taught me if I don't get what I want, all I have to do is lie and scheme to get it. Isn't that right? Says Eldon. Amanda egging on. Ooh, burn. James questions confused. Why is Lucien disciplining you like he's your father? Says James. Eldon quickly. No reason. Now, can you... Eldon requests to Lucien, now can you honor our agreement and go back to Elite where you belong? Lucien mad. Since you made that comment, announces with hand in the air, can I get everyone's attention, please? Eldon requests, please don't. Lucien debates. Well, since he said please, looks up, pretending to consider it. Nah, I'm still gonna tell. Then requests, can one of you get Miss Kate out of her office? I'd love to see her reaction to this. Riley says annoyed, I'll go. Fine, I'll go. Riley is now in the office. Lucien has some big secret to reveal and specifically asked for you to hear it, says Riley. Miss Kate's now in the studio. Lucien happily says, now that everyone is here, the truth about Eldon that he so desperately doesn't want you to know is that he's my son. Mimics dropping a mic. Mimics dropping a mic. Okay, now, I'll leave you with that. Studio A and Miss Kate, shocked and wide-eyed. Wait, what? Okay. I'm gonna move the screen. Okay. James realizes... Oh, so that's how he knew your full name. Eldon explains, yes, he chose it, so of course he knew. Riley clarifies, so this is true? Eldon tells, yes. James realizes, that's why he full named you and disciplined you the way he did. Oh. Eldon answers, yes and yes. Miss Kate wiping drool off her face out of shock and awe. I don't know what to say. I'm sort of speechless out of awe, says Miss Kate. I think I speak for everyone when I say I did not see that coming, says Miss Kate. Studio A in unison say, we second that. Needed to change it up. I always use the word agree, so I needed to change it up a little bit. So it wasn't getting old. Alright. Are you on camera? Okay, good. Alright. Eldon being accountable. I'm sorry I lied. It's just, with the history of our studios, I thought it'd be better if I kept that a secret. The A-troopers say, we get it, understanding. Riley acknowledging. Let's see. Again, messed up with the I here. I know if I were in your shoes, I'd keep it a secret too, says Riley. I need a tea break. Alright. Where were we? I know if I were in your shoes, I'd keep it a secret too, says Riley, acknowledging. The A troopers say, agreeingly, we second that. The A troopers accept his apology, but they're not the only ones he has to apologize to. Roughly about 5 hours later, Eldon's home with his family, while at the dinner table. Eldon apologizes. I'm sorry, Dad, for what I said to you at TNS this morning. Eldon's mom tells, I'm in no way condoning Eldon's actions here, but what were you doing at TNS? What about your agreement? Eldon held up his part of it. Why can't you? Says Eldon's mother. Lucien, annoyed, says, So what? It's a crime to want to see my kid? Says Lucien. Eldon's mom points out. All right. Oh, on screen? Good. All right. The mom points out, when you make an agreement to stay out of each other's dance lives, it sort of is, says Eldon's mom. I feel like she'd be the mediator. Okay. Eldon, annoyed, says, I don't mean to throw him under the bus, but did he tell you what he did to me in retaliation? Says Eldon. Mom, intrigued. No, he didn't tell me. No. Tell me what he did. Eldon reveals, he flat out outed me to all my friends. Now they all know we're related, thanks to him. Eldon's mom gives Lucien a death stare. Lucien, annoyed. What do you expect me to do? He was insulting me, says Lucien. The mom says, I expect you to handle it like an adult. Either let it go or take him aside to talk outside of the studio. Lucien, annoyed. Thanks a lot for ratting me out to your mom. One of his brothers asks, don't mean to stir the pot, but what were his insults? Lucien madly says, he said, I can't dance, and the only thing I taught him was, when you don't get what you want, just lie, cheat, and scheme till you get it. The brother who asked the question, stopping himself from laughing. That was a solid insult, and true. Wait, were you able to see that part of the script? Okay, I'll give you a sec if you didn't. All right. Okay. Lucien says, hey! Eldon apologizing. Again, sorry. Lucien acknowledging says, sorry too, bud. I shouldn't have outed you. Your mom's right. There were other ways I could have dealt with it, so I'm very sorry, says Lucien. Eldon, appreciative, says, thank you, Dad. So everyone accepts each other's apologies and enjoys that there are no more secrets between them. The end of Eldon Xavier Brown. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you watched the entire video, comment a dancing emoji in the comments below. And comment what you think other characters on the show's last names would be. So, hope you enjoyed. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, and have a fantastic day. Thank you for watching.